as I was saying, two x's canceled out from the numerator and denominator. You're left with x times x, which is x squared. So when you divide, you just subtract the exponents. 4 minus 2 would give you x squared. So we're going to get things today like why is that not writing? Y to the 10th over y to the 4th. So you're just going to subtract 10 minus 4 and get y to the 6th. That's what we got going. Of course, we're going to complicate it a little bit because that's just what we do. But you'll be fine. So if you had a to the 6th over a to the 14th, I'm going to show you guys two ways to do this. Choose your own adventure. First, we can do just what the property states. When you have division, you subtract. So you could say 6 minus 14 is negative 8, and then fix it. So to make it positive, drop it under a 1. That is the very official way to do that problem. Now, Mr. Plank's hillbilly way, I say subtract them, but leave them where there were more. So you have 6 a's in the numerator. You have 14 in the denominator. So there are more in the denominator. Now, if you subtract them, you get 8, but there were more in the denominator, so that's where they end up. So it would just go straight to 1 over a to the 8th. I'll show you that on this second. So c to the negative first over c to the 5th. Just looking at the c's, what is greater, negative 1 or positive 5? Positive 5 is bigger, so that's where they're going to end up. So we're going to be doing 5 minus negative 1, which is a little trickery right there. We'll talk about that in a moment's time. Now look at the d. We have d to the 3rd in the numerator and d to the negative 4th in the denominator. So 3, positive 3 is bigger, so that's where they'll end up. So we'll have 3 minus negative 4. Now, here's the trickery. When you have minus negative, you need to change it to plus positive, right? When you subtract a negative, it is the same as adding a positive. So this will really become 3 plus 4, which is 7. This will really become 5 plus 1, which is 6. Or if you want, you can move all the negative exponents. So like c to the negative first, you can move to the denominator, make it c to the first. d to the 3rd was fine up there. c to the 5th is fine where it was. And then d to the negative 4th would move up top. And then you're multiplying, so you would add the exponents. Great, you still get the same answer. I don't care which way you do it. Go with whatever you're more comfortable with. Let's try a few more here. All right, before we do this one, b to the 4th over b to the 9th. I had a benign joke ready, but we don't need to talk about tumors because we're going to do 2 more problems. Okay, that's enough. What's larger, b to the 4th or b to the 9th? Obviously b to the 9th. So they will end up in the denominator because that's where there were more b's. If you do 9 minus 4, you're left with 5. So we have b to the 5th in the denominator. What goes in the numerator? Yes, 1. 1 over b to the 5th. Looking at b, we have z to the 10th over z to the 5th. So are there more in the numerator or denominator? Numerator. There's 10 of them. So if we subtract those exponents, we get 5, right? 10 minus 5 is 5. It's up top. You don't need to put over 1. You only need to put 1 as a place filler when it's in the numerator. All right. Ooh, a couple variables, and then we'll start the next video. So looking at the a's, are there more, what in the world? Are there more a's in the numerator or the denominator? There's more in the denominator. There are 2 more down there. And then the b's, you have b to the 1st over b to the 3rd. So there are more in the denominator there too. 3 minus 1 is 2. Put your place filler. We'll start the next video.